Okay, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
Good morning.
This morning, today, I think today the weather is a little, the weather is too, how should I say, the sun is too bright today. That's why I just wear it in the car. And then when I see the camera, I see that I'm very beautiful with my Tanaka, I think. Okay, who's left? Shinta here, Iike, Henturanai, Nuno, Alinga, Minta. And then here is Oka. Okay. Cancel hey and to tip. Pintanda so. Shotiha Andrews Zoo. La Ye Wine. Okay. Yes. Anyone else? No more. Okay. So by the way, how was your danger holidays?
Sure, it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there any special?
Okay.
I hang out with my friends.
But actually,
Just
With Emma.
only just you stay at home and then you spend your holidays at home. That's it.
yes, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Is there anyone who has got a special holiday? No one? Oh my God. Okay. Ike, how did you spend your holidays?
Went to Singai.
Oh, yes. Okay. You went to Singai and then is there anything special? Did you do there? Did you do anything special there?
We pay homage our father's teacher.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then?
That's it.
Okay. That's it. And then Hinduranai, how about you?
Yes, I just live at home and I'm not going to. I just live at home.
Mm-hmm. Nothing special? You mean that? Okay. And then? No. Okay. Andre. And then? How did you spend your holidays?
I couldn't actually do anything. I just stay at home.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then? Okay.
The holidays were normal, just like the other days. Wake up, eat, sleep. That's all.
It's the same food.
Okay.
Except that no classes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then you better say another blessing is that I didn't give much homework for that, right? Because I want you to review your lessons yourself. That's why I didn't give any special homework for your, in your holidays, right? So how about your exam? Did you finish? Not yet. Okay. Thank you. Good. So Andre, and then Kan Song Heng, how about you?
It's just normal.
Just normal days. Okay.
Because it's special period, so it's not confidence to go anywhere.
Oh, I see that.
Interesting.
I see that. Okay, good. Then, good to have.
Nothing special.
That is special. Okay, Linga.
I hang out with Emma and some friends from my old school.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
Okay, it was fun. Yes.
Uh,
Mm-hmm. And then Zoo.
I just stay home, teacher. I did nothing special.
Okay. Hanchute. Tinda Nassau and Andrew.
Nothing special, Chair.
Mm. Okay.
It's just a normal day.
Mm. Yes. So one of my question is that, is there anyone who did revision for your exercises or for your lessons during those holidays?
I read you, Chair. I do it.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Shinta. Is there any question? Have you got any question concerning with the lessons when you review your lessons?
Everything is fine, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Yes. Okay, so today I want to go to paraphrasing. I have already uploaded one. I have already forwarded one of the files on your group. Did you see that? Do you see the file?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Chair.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So now let's do paraphrasing today. Yes, because I have already told you previous time. When you have the question, sometimes you are asked to do summarizing, and sometimes you are asked to do paraphrasing. Okay, so you should know differences between paraphrasing and summarizing, right? So before a holiday, we have already learned about the summary, and then you have already practiced some of the exercises, right? So today we are going to start paraphrasing. Yes. Okay, so I want to give you just maybe about 2 minutes. Okay, please read the first page yourself, and after that we will start to discuss it. I want you to practice scanning and skimming reading, right? That's why please read it quickly. Okay, on the first page set that's paraphrasing, and you have to learn how to paraphrase. Okay, there are 5 steps, and please read 5 steps very quickly. And after that, there are some tips, paraphrasing tips. The 5 step to paraphrasing may seem straightforward, blah blah blah, and then there are another four steps for paraphrasing.
Can you send it? Can you send it on Zoom? I can download it on the Viber.
Okay. Yeah, I would ask someone to how to support this situation because I'm trying with the phone, right? Actually, I am not very good at using with the phone. So is anyone who can support me to send that file into the Zoom chat box? Minta and Shinta, are you using with the phone or with the PC?
I'm using a laptop too, but in my laptop I can download it.
Oh,
I'm just using it with my phone.
okay, yes. Is
Yeah.
anyone who
Me
can
too.
do it? Jyotiha, are you trying with the laptop?
I send it.
Okay, thank you. Because my laptop is now in the clinic. Because I'm really how should I say? I like to open a lot of files. That's why the laptop was very it's take time to open the files one after another. That's why, and then it was sent to the clinic. I mean at the mechanic, right? Okay, okay, have you got it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, Zuzu, can you discuss the first 5 steps to do paraphrasing?
First step is skim the passage several times to get the idea of the paragraph, and then write down some notes or key concepts. And
Yes.
third step is to write in your own words without checking the original one. And also next step is compare my paraphrase text with the original one, and then adjust some words that remain a little similar, and then recheck the source so that I can find the idea again.
Okay. Yeah. So this is what you have to notice is that when you do paraphrasing, you have to read the original text, do skimming maybe about 2 or 3 times till you have got the overview and the concepts of the whole text, right? And after that, you have to rewrite it. Paraphrasing is actually paraphrasing is rewriting the original text with your own words. That's it. Okay, so that's why I have already told you paraphrasing is not much difficult, but summary is a little more difficult, more difficult than paraphrasing, because paraphrasing is only just you have to rewrite the original text in your own words. But summary is you have to pick up the main points, and you have to make sentences by using the points you have caught. That's why summary is a more difficult thing and paraphrasing, right? So but one thing you have to do is that when you do paraphrasing, you have to notice the original source. Where did you get those information? Okay, and then we call that citation. But maybe if you do citation, you don't need to do a long citation. Maybe for example, you copy it. You read it, the original text. You read the original text, and after that you rewrite it, you paraphrase it, and later on, at the end of the paraphrasing paragraph, there must be there must be a citation with a parenthesis. In that parenthesis, you have to describe where did you get those sources. Okay, for example, if you get that source from the newspaper, you need to write down the newspaper title. What is, for example, it's come from, you have got that information from the News Light of Myanmar, right? So New Lights of Myanmar. And after that, a comma, and then you have to write down which volume 1 or 2, and then you have to write down the date like that. Okay, so that's we call that citation. You know, citation and reference is much different. Reference, if you write down references, you need to mention the full information of the whole, you know, sources. But maybe for citation is you just need to write down the important things. For example, where did you get this information? Maybe from the books. If you get the information from the book, you have to write down the book's title. Okay, which book's title, and then the author, and then publish year, like that, right? So you need to mention that one. And after paraphrasing, you need to mention also how many words have you got. You know, how many words are there in your paraphrasing? Maybe about, you need to say that maybe 25 words or 50 words or 100 words like that. Okay, so but maybe, you know, sometimes you would be asked to do between paraphrasing and summary. This is a little challenging, you know. It's a little challenging means that, you know, when we do the summary is depending on how much main points have you got. You know, the paraphrasing paragraph is longer than the summary. So you have to notice these things, right? So sometimes you are asked, you have to do summary, or you have to do paraphrasing among the word limitation. For example, do the summary of this original text with between 100 and 120 words. If you are asked like that, you have to, you know, adjust between paraphrasing and summarizing. Sometimes, you know, the questions are the question has a little challenging, right? So you have to work according to the questions. Are you okay? Yeah, so now let's keep on to next tips. I think there are 4 tips on that part, right? Okay, Chotiha, can you explain those 4 steps? Yes.
Starting the sentence from a different point of view from that original one.
Okay.
And then using synonyms.
Right.
And changing the sentence structure and breaking down the information into separate sentences.
Okay. So what does it mean, break the information into separate sentences mean?
How to say it? Break.
Yes.
Separating, right?
Yes. When we have to do separating?
If there are a lot of information in one sentence, you have to separate it.
Of course, that is correct, right? Sometimes, you know, the original text would be made by, you know, 3 or 4 important points in the same sentence, right? So you can break those points into one sentence one sentence after another. That is called break the information into separate sentences. Okay, and then next one is. Yep, so now let's go to the example. Do you see paraphrasing example? Here is the original passage. The passage said, the number of foreign and domestic tourists in the Netherlands rose about 42 million in 2017. Do you see that paragraph?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, yes. So Alinga, can you read that original passage? The number of foreign and domestic tourists.
The number of foreign and domestic tourists in the Netherlands rose about 42 million in 2017, an increase of 9% and the sharpest growth rate since 2006. The National Statistics Office (CBS) reported on Wednesday, Dutch News NL 2018.
Okay, thank you. Andrew, can you read paraphrase version? Hello, Andrew, are you there?
Yes, teacher. Check. Sorry, my
Yes.
microphone was.
Okay.
According to the National Statistics Office, the Netherlands experienced a dramatic growth in tourist number in 2017. More than 42 million tourists traveled to or within the Netherlands that year, representing the 9% increase, the steepest in 12 years.
Okay, so the citation I said is, you see that in the phrases in the parentheses. Okay, Dutch News 2018, right? That's I said, this is a citation, right? So it mentioned that where did it get this information, right? So Nuno, can you discuss the differences between the original passage and paraphrase version? Hello? Okay. So if so, Andre, can you discuss differences between original one and paraphrased one?
Yes, Chair. In the paraphrased one, they break down the first original sentence of the original passage into two sentences.
Yes, of course. And then how about the synonyms? Do you see any synonyms or any word forms differences?
Like Rose and Experienced, they used synonyms a lot, but they do not change the main point of the passage.
Yes. And then how about the snippets?
So can you repeat?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So okay. Hello, Olga, are you there? Hello? Okay. So where is Olga? Yeah. So hand to the. That's not here. Hand to the.
Yes.
Okay. So can you let me ask you the question. Here, we see the word the stipus in the paraphrase one. Okay, what is the synonyms of the stipus in the original text?
You mean that one? That's it.
Sorry? Did you tell me something?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Do you see the Hello, Shinten. So can you explain, the synonyms of the snippets words in the original text? Do you see which words? Is anyone who wants to discuss that?
Sharpest.
Okay, of course, the sharpest. Do you see that word? Okay. So if you see like those words, like those synonyms, just only you better write down, or you better highlight, because when you write in your own words, you need to use such kind of synonyms. You need to think the synonyms from the original text, right? Because if you copy and rewrite, rewrite means that if you copy and paste, if you do copy and paste from the original to the paraphrase, you would lose your gradient. That's why, if you do, you have to be careful is that when you do paraphrasing, try to avoid the original, the words from original text, copying the words from the original text. If you do like that, copy, and then you just only reuse the same words from the original text, and then you might get we call that plagiarism. Plagiarism means that you cannot get any points for that words, right? You will lose the grade. That's it. That's why you need to be careful that. Okay. Is there any question for these two paragraphs? No more? Okay. If you say no more, let's keep on to next page. Okay, I think on my screen is at that page number 3. Page 3. There is number 1. Start your first sentence at a different point from the original source. Do you see that one?
Yes, Chair.
Okay, so now let's start. Yeah. So Mintan, can you read the first one? Can you read and discuss the first one?
Sure, which one?
On my screen, it said that on page 3. With yellow highlight one.
Okay, I see it now.
Yes.
Example, you can see that we start by introducing the context, the hearing, followed by the last part of the original sentence. Expertise of creators, regulators, and users. In fact, the key and piece of information are mentioned in a completely different order.
Yes. You know, these number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are explaining about the paragraph above, you know, original codes, but the hearing was about more than Facebook. Okay, so one, but no problem, and we would learn it. Okay, so you know, in that example, we can see that we started by introducing the context. It means, you know, the original text is begin. Okay, it begins with by the hearing, but the paraphrasing would be different beginning. Okay, no, can you read number 2? Use as name.
Synonyms are
Okay,
word.
can you explain the
Okay. Number 1. If I explain in Burmese, မြန်မာလိုကြပြောမယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်သူကဒီ number 1 ကလေအဲ့ဒီခုရေးထားတဲ့ number 1 2 3ရဲ့အပေါ်မှာကျွန်တော်စာပိုက်တစ်ပိုက်တွေ့လိမ့်မယ်အဲ့စာပိုက်က but the hearing was about more than Facebook ဆိုပြီးစထားတဲ့စာပိုက်တစ်ပိုက်တွေ့တယ်ဟုတ်အဲ့ဒီစာပိုက်ကပြောင်းပြီးတော့သုံးထားတဲ့အသုံးအနှုန်းလေးတွေကိုသူကပြောထားပေးတာဟုတ်ပြီနော်အဲ့ဒီမှာကကျွန်တော် original codes ကိုပဲကျွန်တော်ပေါ်ထားပြီးတဲ့ paraphrasing ကိုဖျောက်ထားတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့လို့အောက်မှာကသူက step by step ရှင်းသွားပေးထားတာရှိတယ် number 1 start your first sentence ဟုတ်ပြီနော် original highlight လေးနဲ့ပေးထားတယ် original source ကဘာနဲ့စထားလဲဆိုရင် but the hearing was about more than Facebook ဆိုပြီးတော့စထားတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့အဲ့ဒါကိုကျမတို့ကparaphrasing version ကိုပြန်ပြောင်းတဲ့အခါမှာ different point ဆိုတာကအဲ့ဒီလိုမျိုးသူစတဲ့သူ original စထားတဲ့မဟုတ်ဘဲနဲ့ကိုယ့်ရဲ့ပုံစံကိုစပြီးတော့မှပြောင်းရေးတဲ့ပုံစံမျိုးနဲ့ပြန်ပြီးတော့ရေးမယ်ဆိုတာကိုပြောတာအဲ့တော့သူကဒီမှာ example အနေနဲ့ပြောပြောလဲဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တဲ့ပိုင်းဟုတ်ပြီနော်ဒါပေမဲ့လို့အဲ့ဒါကိုသူက paraphrasing version ပြောင်းလိုက်တဲ့အခါကျတော့အဲ့ဒီနောက်ဆုံးကစာကြောင်းဖြစ်တဲ့ by the last part of the original sentence the expectation of creator regulators and users ဆိုပြီးတော့မှအဲ့ဒီစလုံးကိုသူက in the hearing ဆိုရဲအဲ့ဒီစာကြောင်းနေရာမှာ the expectation for creator regulator and users ကိုသူကပြောင်းသုံးလိုက်တာအဲ့လိုမျိုးပြောင်းသုံးခိုင်းနေပြောင်းသုံးဖို့အတွက်သူအကြံပေးတာပေါ့နော်ပြောင်းသုံးလိုက်လို့တော့မပြောဘူးပေါ့ပြောင်းသုံးဖို့အတွက်သူအကြံပေးပြီးတော့မှသူကနေပြီးတော့မှသူရေးမဲ့ပုံစံလေးကိုသူကရှင်းပြထားတာဟုတ်ပြီနော်ဒါပေမဲ့ in fact the key pieces of information are mentioned in a completely different order တဲ့အဲ့တော့သူကဒီလိုမျိုးရှေ့နောက်ပေါ့ဥပမာဒီစာပိုက်original text စာထားတယ်ပြီးတဲ့အခါမှာသူကဘာနဲ့စုံထားလဲဆိုတော့ text ထားတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့အဲ့တော့သူကပြတဲ့အခါမှာ ဒီနောက်မှာသူရေးထားတဲ့တော့ even its creator expected ပါညာစာဆိုတဲ့စာကြောင်းအဲ့ဒီပေါ့နော်စာပိုင်းကိုသူကအဲ့ဒီ back the hearing ဆိုတဲ့နေရာကိုသူကပြန်ပို့လိုက်တာပို့ပြီးတော့မှရှေ့နောက်လွဲပြီးတော့ရေးလိုက်တာပေါ့နော်ရှေ့နောက်လွဲပြီးတော့သူရေးလိုက်တယ်ဆိုလိုရင်းအဓိပ္ပာယ်ကတော့ဘယ်လိုပြောလဲဆိုပြောင်းလဲမတော်လို့ရင်းအဓိပ္ပာယ်ကတော့အရင်ကြီးပြောင်းလဲမသွားဘူးတဲ့အဲ့ဒါကိုသူပြောချင်တာအဓိကကတော့သူစထားတဲ့ original source ကိုကြည့်ပြီးတော့မှသူ့အတိုင်းလိုက်ပြီးတော့ပြန်ရေးစရာမလိုဘူးဟုတ်ပြီနော်ကိုကဥမာဖြင့်ဒီ paraphrasing ရဲ့သဘောတရားကကိုနားလေတယ်လို့ပြန်ပြီးတော့ရေးတာကို paraphrasing လို့ခေါ်တာအဲ့မဲ့သူ့ရဲ့မူရင်းအဓိပ္ပာယ်ကလည်းမပြောက်ရဘူးပေါ့နော်အဲ့ဒါကိုဒီဟာလေးနဲ့ရှင်းပြ
I get it.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. So now let's go to number 2. What I want you to do is, you need to write down the title for phrasing, and after that, just number one is start the sentences from the different point of the original source, right? That's his first one, first notes. Second one, you need to write down use synonyms. That's it. Are you okay? Do you know me? You need to write down the notes, okay? So the title is paraphrasing. And first note is you have to start to write down different phrases from the original text, right? The second here, the second note is use synonyms. Okay. Yeah, it's only just you have to read it. You don't need to explain.
Synonyms are words or phrases that mean the same things. Our example uses several synonym. Expose a critical training white made it appear how pieces rapidly
yes,
eclipse power,
eclipse,
immense and influence, yeah.
Yes, okay, and then
if you are straight line to things of synonyms THESEUS
or thesaurus.
Thesaurus can be a useful tool. However, don't over to it. It is perfectly acceptable and often necessary to use some of the same words as the original does. In this example, it would be unnecessary, confusing to use synonym for words like technology.
Okay, unnecessary, it would be unnecessarily confusing. Okay. So number 2, okay, note 2 said that use as many synonyms as possible. Only just here are the example they have already given you. အဲ့ဒီမှာကသူကကျတော့ဒုတိယ point ကပါလဲဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ကျမတို့ paraphrasing ရေးတဲ့အခါမှာဘာသုံးဖို့လိုလဲဆိုရင် synonyms တွေသုံးဖို့လိုတယ်အဲ့တော့ဒီမှာ synonyms တွေကိုသူ compare လုပ်ပေးထားတယ် exports critical turning points ကိုဘယ်လိုမျိုး synonym တွေနဲ့ပြောင်းရေးလို့ရလဲဆိုရင် made it apparent ဆိုပြီးပြောင်းရေးလို့ရတယ်ပြီးရင် now ကို outpaced ဟုတ်ပြီနော် outpaced ဆိုတဲ့စကားလုံးကို rapidly eclipse ဆိုပြီးတော့ပြောင်းရေးလို့ရတယ် power ဟုတ်ပြီနော် power ဆိုတဲ့စကားလုံးကိုimmense influence ဆိုပြီးတော့မှပြောင်းရေးလို့ရတယ်ဟုတ်ပြီနော်အဲ့တော့ synonyms တွေကိုလေ့လာကြည့်ရင်အောက်မှာ the search ဆိုပြီးတော့မှအဲ့ဒီ tools တစ်ခုရှိတယ်အဲ့ဒါကို click လုပ်ပြီးတော့ဝင်ကြည့်လို့ရတယ်ဟုတ်ပြီနော်ဒါပေမဲ့တစ်ခုရှိတာကတော့ဘာလဲဆိုရင် synonyms တွေသုံးတဲ့အခါမှာ don't overdo it ဆိုတာကတော့အလွန်ကြုံကြီးတော့လုပ်စရာမလိုဘူးပေါ့နော်ဒါပေမဲ့ acceptable ဖြစ်မယ်ပြီးရင်ပြောင်းသုံးဖို့ original text ကနေပြီးတော့မှမဖြစ်မနေပြောင်းသုံးဖို့လိုအပ်တယ်ဆိုတာမျိုးကြလို့ရှိရင်တော့လုပ်ပါတဲ့ပြီးရင်နောက်တစ်ခုကဘာလဲဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တချို့စကားလုံးတွေကကျွန်တော်တို့လုံးဝပြောင်းလို့မရတာမျိုးတွေရှိတယ်ဥပမာ technology ဆိုတဲ့စကားလုံးမျိုးတွေနောက်ပြီးတော့ names တွေဟုတ်ပြီနော်နောက်က place တွေရဲ့ names တွေပေါ့နော်နေရာတွေရဲ့နာမည်တွေနောက် data တွေရဲ့အမည်တွေလူတွေရဲ့နာမည်တွေဟုတ်ပြီနော်အဲ့ဒါမျိုးတွေဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ကျွန်တော်တို့ကပြောင်းရေးလို့မရဘူးဟုတ်ပြီနော်အဲ့လိုပြောင်းရေးလို့မရတာမျိုးဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တော့သူကဒီတိုင်းပဲဆက်ပြီးတော့ရေးရမှာပါတဲ့ Okay yes now let's go to number 3 change the sentence structure no can you call out one of your friends in your group
Alinga.
Okay Alinga change the sentence structure Hello.
Hello, teacher. Can you please repeat which sentence should I read?
Yes, which one you have to go? Where did your friends finish? Yes.
So, for example, if the sentence was originally
Of course. Yes,
voice,
of course. Yeah, of course. Thank you.
change it to passive. The adjective voice is when a sentence is led by the subject, the thing doing the action. When the object, the thing receiving the action, leads the sentence is written in the passive voice.
Okay, can you keep until finish?
Okay. Technology outpaces what user, regulators, or even the creators expected. The expectations of creators, regulators, and the user have been rapidly eclipsed by technology. In this example, technology is the subject, the expectations of creators, regulators, and user are the object. The original code was written in the added voice, while the paraphrase uses the passive voice.
Okay, so can you explain that number 3?
They talk about how you should change the active voice into the passive voice. So the examiner can know your English writing skills.
Okay, yeah. And then, you know, the original test said that technology outpaces what users, regulators, or even its creators expected, right? But, you know, when you paraphrase it, you can change to the expectations of creator, regulators, and users have been rapidly eclipsed by the technology. You know, the word technology outpaces change to have been rapidly eclipsed by the technology like that. right? So this is, it shows that change in active to passive voice, right? So when you do paraphrases, you have to change the sentence structures as well. Okay, so now let's go to number 4. Salinga, can you call out one of your friends?
Pyodiha.
Jyotiha.
Break the information into separate sentences. Although paraphrasing will usually result in a word count roughly the same as an original quote, you may be able to play with the number of sentences to make the text different. In this example, one long sentence was broken into 2. The opposite could also be the case. That is, if the quote is comprised of 2 sentences, you may be able to combine the information into one.
What does it say? Can you explain that?
Paraphrasing is that the word count may be roughly the same. The word count in the word count for paraphrasing will be roughly the same as original code. But you can play with the number of sentences to make it different. It shows an example. One sentence was broken into 2.
Yeah. So the opposite could also be the case. If
Yeah.
the original code is comprised in 2 sentences, you may be able to combine the information into one. So it means that, you know, it shows that how skillful you are. Okay, so if the information with, you know, comprised in 2 sentences, it means that the original text is written into 2 sentences. But if you are good enough to change the structure or the sentences, you can make into combined sentences, you know, complex to combine, and then compound to complex, you know, simple sentences to complex, and simple sentences to compound sentences, like that, right? You can, how should I say, you can comprise, you can write as you like, you know, to change the original from the original to the paraphrasing. Okay. So now let's see example of paraphrasing. Here's the original text. Increase in the cost of art travel, that one. And then next is paraphrasing. Yes. So Pratiha, can you call out one of your friends?
That.
Who did you call? Yes. Okay.
Shinda.
Oh, Shinda. Yes. Okay, Shinda.
Increase in the cost of air travel have been a negative effect on tourism. A destination such as Hawaii, which are significant distance from other countries.
Okay, can you keep on to paraphrase?
On paraphrase, the tourist industry place like Hawaii, which is fairly remote from other countries, has been adversely affected by rise in airfare.
Okay, by rises in airfare, yes. Can you call out one of your friends? To point out differences.
Ogao.
Okay, Mr. Oka.
Yes.
Yes, can you point out differences between original and paraphrasing? Which words changed?
They in the original, they start from the course, then go to places. In the paraphrase, they go from places to the course. And uses synonyms.
Yes. Okay, and then?
That's all, I guess.
Okay, so how about significant distance and the synonyms in the paraphrasing?
Fairly remote.
Okay. Yes, fairly remote, right. And then how about adversely affected?
Have had a negative effect.
Okay, yes, thank you. Yeah, so can you call out one of your friends again? Now, let's keep on to Kenyans enjoy.
Andrew.
Okay, Andrew.
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
I have to tell the difference.
No. You have to only says you have to read it, original one and paraphrase one.
Oh, increases in the cost of air travel had a negative effect.
No. Andrew, now we are going to next paragraph. Kenya enjoy many sports.
Kenya enjoy many sports and activities. Soccer is the most popular team sport in Kenya. Many people belong to soccer teams in their countries and towns. Track and fields activities such as running and high jumping are very popular. Many Kenyan runners compete in races around the world. The best has won the medals in the Olympics.
Okay. How about the paraphrase one?
Sports such as soccer, running, high jumping are popular in Kenya. Kenyan runners compete internationally, and some have won the Olympics medal. Soccer is a popular team sport, and many Kenyans play on soccer teams in their country.
Okay. So can you find out someone to say the, differences?
Minta.
Okay, Minta.
They start the points from the original one to and change it into another place.
Okay. And then?
They change words such as cities and towns into communities, and instead of using the using the most popular, they only wrote is popular team sports for soccer.
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, also they don't use a very or the most or and instead they only use are popular or is popular. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Yes. And then here you might see that, the same colors from God, why it happened like that? Sorry, I'm not sure what happened to my phone. I'm not sure that sometimes, and it's automatically muted itself. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't know that it was muted. Okay, cancel. Hey. Yes. Can you read the other paraphrasing one? They are, original one, paraphrasing one, and the summary one. Do you see that page? The original passage is students frequently overuse direct quotation.
I see.
Hello, Kan Seo-hein, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, that one. Can you read that paragraph?
Yes. Students frequently overuse the direct question in taking notes, and as a result, they overuse quotation in that final research paper. Probably about 10% of your final manuscript should appear as directly quote matter. Therefore, you should strive to limit in that account of 10 transcribing of scope and materials when taking note. And let's start James D. writing research paper.
Yes, second edition. No problem. How about the paraphrase one? Can you read paraphrase one?
Where is it?
A legitimate paraphrase.
In research paper, student offer could decidedly foreign to keep good material down to a descriptive level, since the problem usually originates during note taking, is essential to minimize that material report verbatim.
Yeah, verbatim. And then how about next one, a acceptable summary?
Acceptable summary, students should take just a few notes in direct quotation from school to minimize the amount of good material in a research paper.
Okay. Do you see any differences between paraphrasing and summary?
Yes.
Yes. Can you point out what are differences?
They use synonyms in the same color.
Okay. Yes.
The broken sentence 2-to-1.
Okay, 2-to-1. Yes.
That's all I think.
So how about taking notes?
No.
How about taking notes?
Note taking.
Yes. Okay. So the original text said that taking notes, and then the paraphrase changed to note taking. right? And then here you might see, you would see that overuse quotation from the original text to quote excessively, right? Like that. So I want you to learn like that one. Okay, Mr. Alka, can you discuss differences between a paraphrase one and a summary?
You mean about the concepts?
Yes. What are differences?
Um, the paraphrasing is a lot easy because we just need to write in our own words. But for summary, we have to think the concepts and we have to write only like key concepts of this of the paragraph. Summary is also a lot shorter than paraphrasing.
Okay, what I want you to do right now, again, is please read the original text of student frequently overused, that is original passage. Okay, and then read a paraphrase one in research paper. And then third paragraph is an acceptable summary. Please read those three paragraphs. And after that, we are going to do practice. Right, so please read it yourself first. And then if you want to ask me something, please ask me frankly. And later on, we will start to do practice. Have you finished? Are you done? Is there any question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If so, let's start doing practice, right? So I have already forwarded that paragraph that you have already done previous time. Do you see that about good and bad? You have already done that one, right? So when you do the summary of good and bad, I said, some of your writing are look like paraphrasing. So you would see right now, okay? Yep. So what I want you to do is, because that paragraph is familiar with you, that's why I think you don't need to take much time for reading, right? Only just read it yourself and then try to paraphrase it, try to rewrite it. Okay, so this is your homework. We won't do right now, right? Because I want to go to another lessons. Okay. So before you do exercise, you can ask me any questions concerned with the differences between paraphrasing and summary. Is there any question?
Summary of paraphrase ကိုလေးနှစ်ခုလုံးလောက်မှာလဲ
ဟုတ်တယ်မေအခုက paraphrasing မဲ့လောက်မှာအရင်တော့ကကျတော့အဲ့ဒါကို summary နဲ့လုပ်ပြီးသားတင်လားအဲ့တော့ကျွန်တော်ဒီအခုဒီစာပိုက်ကိုပဲပြန်သုံးတာကပြန်ခွဲပြခြင်းလို့လေဟုတ်မှာအရင်တော့ကသမီးတို့အရင်တော့ကရှင်တို့ paraphrasing လုပ် summary လုပ်တယ်ဒါပေမဲ့တချို့ရေးတာတွေက paraphrasing နဲ့တူတယ်လို့ရဲတော့ပြောဘူးတယ်ဟုတ်နော်အဲ့တော့အဲ့ဒါကိုပြန်ပြီးတော့နားလည်စေချင်လို့ဒီစာပိုက်ကိုပဲပြန်သုံးပြီးတော့မှ paraphrasing ပြန်ရေးမှာparaphrasing ကမခတ်ဘူး paraphrasing ကဒီ original text ကိုဖတ်နားလည်အောင်ဖတ်ပြီးရင်ဘာဖြစ်လဲခေါင်းထဲမှာမှတ်ထားနောက်မှရင်မမှတ်မိဘူးဆိုလို့ရှိရင် note လေးတွေခြာရေးဘာဖြစ်လို့ note လေးခြာရေးပြီးရင်အဲ့ note ကိုပဲအဲ့ဒီ notes တွေကိုပဲကြည့်ပြီးတော့မှပြန်ပြီးတော့မှပါပဲစာပိုက်ပြန်ရေးအဲ့ paraphrasing လုပ်တာဟုတ်ပြီနော်မနက်ဖြန်ကြတော့မှတစ်ချက်ထပ်ပြီးတော့မှ paraphrasing ကဒါဟုတ်ပြီနော် summary ကဒါဆိုပြန်ခွဲထုတ်ပြီးတော့ပြန် compare ပြန်လုပ်ပြီးရှင်းပြပေးမယ်ဟုတ်ပြီလားနော် paraphrasing ကတော့လွယ်ပါတယ်နော်အဲ့ဒါကြောင့်မို့အခုနောက်တစ် lesson တစ်ခုကျွန်တော်သွားလိုက်မယ်အဲ့တော့ဒီထိမရှင်းတာရှိလား
တကူတော့မေးလို့
ပြောပါရှင်
like paraphrasing we can also put our opinions but summary ကကျတော့ is all only on the key
yeah of course paraphrasing means that okay I will explain it Bernice paraphrasing ကကျတော့စာပိုက်တစ်ပိုက်ကိုဖတ်လိုက်တယ်ပြီးရင်အဲ့ဒီစာပိုက်မှာပါတဲ့အချက်တွေကိုကိုနားလဲတယ်လို့ပြန်ရေးတယ်အဲ့ဒါ paraphrasing ပဲဟုတ်ပြီနော်နောက် summary ကကြတော့သူကနည်းနည်း scope ကိုကျင်းလိုက်တယ် summary ကကြတော့အဲ့ဒီစာပိုက်ထဲမှာအရေးကြီးတဲ့ points တွေကိုလိုက်ရှာတယ်အဲ့ points တွေကိုဆွဲထုတ်တယ်ပြီးတော့မှစာကြောင်းဖန်တီးတယ်အဲ့ဒါ summary ဟုတ်လား okay အဲ့မနေ့ပြန်ကြောက်လို့ရှိရင်ပြန်ပြီးတော့ this အဲ့ဒါကိုပြန်ပြီး compare ပြန်လုပ်ပြီးမယ်ဒီ good and bad မှာရေးခဲ့တဲ့ချိန်တုန်းကsummary ကဒီလိုမျိုး points တွေကိုဆွဲထုတ်တာဟုတ်ပြီနော် paraphrasing ကဒီလိုဆိုတာကိုဖြစ်ပြန်ပြီးတော့မနေ့ပြန်ကြောက် compare ပြန်လုပ်ပြီးမယ်နော်ဒါပေမဲ့တည်တည်ချာချာရှင်းလင်းမှတ်ရတာတခုက paraphrasing ဟာ original text ကိုနားလဲတယ်လို့ပြန်ရေးတယ်ဒါပဲဟုတ်တယ်နော် summary ကကြတော့အရေးကြီးတဲ့ main points တွေကိုထုတ်ပြီးတော့မှစာကြောင်းတွေပြန်စီတာအဲ့ဒါ okay yeah ဥပမာဖြင့် paraphrasing ကကြတော့သူက original text မှာစလုံးရေ200ရှိတယ်ဆိုရင်ကျွန်တော် paraphrasing ပြန်ရေးတဲ့အခါမှာ150ဖြစ်ခြင်းနဲ့ဖြစ်မယ်180ဖြစ်ခြင်းနဲ့ဖြစ်မယ်အဲ့ဒီသူ့ရဲ့ original text နဲ့စလုံးရေအတွက်သိပ်မကွာဘူးဒါပေမဲ့ summary ကတော့ကွာတယ်ဥပမာစလုံးရေ200ဆိုရင်ကျွန်တော်အဲ့200ကို3နဲ့စားလိုက်တာ3နဲ့စားပြီးကြံတဲ့စလုံးကအဲ့ဒါ summary ဖြစ်ရမယ်ဒါသူ့ရဲ့ summary က rules ကအဲ့လိုရှိတယ် the original text ကိုသူကနေနေရမယ်။အော်ချက်အရင်တော့ကပြောဘူးလေ summary တင်တော့က summary တခုအမှဆိုရင်စာပိုက်တစ်ပိုက်မှာတစ်ခါတည်းကြားလို့ရှိရင်သူ့ရဲ့ main points က2ချက်လောက်ပဲရှိတယ်။ဒါပေမဲ့အဲ့ဒီ2ချက်ကိုသူကချက်ကားပြီးတော့အများကြီးပြောထားတာရှိတယ်။အဲ့ဒီအများကြီးတွေကိုဖယ်ထုတ်ပြီးတော့မှကျွန်တော်အဲ့ဒီတစ်ချက်2ချက်ကိုပဲဆွဲထုတ်ပြီးတော့ပြောလိုက်တာအဲ့ဒါ summary. Okay. Yes. Okay. So now let's keep on to next one. What do you want to do? Do you want to do focus on writing or reading?
I want to focus on writing too.
Writing.
Okay, thank you. So now let's go to writing book. Let's go to Ellison books, right? Yes. Okay, in my notes at that. Did I give you homework? Did I give you homework for Ellison book?
Didn't give any homework yet.
Okay, so where did we finish last week? Page number 80. What?
Can you show me the front of the book?
This book. You see that?
Okay.
Yeah. Ellison book. Do you see the book? Okay, can you make sure for the page number? Which page number did we finish last week?
Chair, actually, we didn't do anything in this book, Chair. We didn't do anything.
Okay, good job. Yes. So now let's start. So let's start from page number 1. The session 1, okay? Page number 1, session 1. Do you see that? Okay, page number 1, session 1. Improving your informal writing.
Yes, I see.
Mm-hmm. Do you see unit 1, different kinds of English?
Yes, Chair.
Okay, thank you. So I will call out your names and then let's read together. Let's read together means that, let's take your own word and after that we would do discussions, right? That would be fine. Okay, no. Can you read page 1? Hindura 9. Okay, no, can you read page number 1 and 2? Okay, please read it yourself, right? Read page number 1 and 2. Do you see that? No, do you see your?
Unit 1, 2.
Yeah, unit 1, session 1. Session 1, title is Improving Your Informal Writing. Am I right? So, Molly, page number 1. Page number 1 got different kinds of English ဆိုတာတွေ့လား အဲ့ဒါ first page လေအဲ့ဒါ page 1ပြီးရင်ဒီဘက်ကနောက်တစ်ပတ် page number 2 improving your informal ဆိုပြီးတော့စာပိုက်ကလေးတေးသေးလေးပဲရှိတယ်အဲ့ဒါလေးတွေ့လားအဲ့တော့အဲ့ဒါလေးကိုဖတ်ထားပေးနော်ပြီးရင် gist လေးတွေ highlight လေးတွေတခါလေးတားထားပေးဒါပြီးတကယ်ချင်းတွေပြီးရင် discuss လုပ်မယ်နော်တယောက်ကိုတစ်မျက်နှာစီကျွန်တော်ခွဲယူပြီးတော့မှ discuss လုပ်သွားမယ် right yeah Hindra 9 page number 3 Hindra 9 can you hear me
Yes, teacher. Yes.
yeah please read page number 3 and then cancel hey page number 4 Shintan page number 5 unit 3 friendly letters the basics right Shintan do you see that page okay please read that page yeah okay read that page and then please note down to discuss with your friend Mintan number 6 page number 6 Suzu page number 7 Andre page number 8 then and 2 page number 9 and 2 are you there
Yes.
okay page number 9 you have to read page number 9 and then do some notes and highlights right to discuss with your friend Tintanazo
Yes, teacher.
okay page number 10 please read page number 10 and then Alinga page number 11 Andrew are you there
Teacher.
okay page number 12 oh god hello Oga
Yes.
yeah page number 13
Okay.
yes Jyotiha page number 14
Okay, Chair.
yes okay I will give you just 5 or 7 minutes to read your pages and after that we will do discussions Let me know if you're done. Have you finished?
Yeah, I have not done yet.
No, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Let me know if you're done, right?
Sure, mine is only page 6.
Yes, page 6. Only just page 6.
Okay.
Yes. Did you note down something?
I already analyzed some of the important points.
Yes, that's it. Let me know if you're done. Please read quickly. Practice to read quickly.
I'm done reading.
Okay, thank you. So Minda is 10, Guy is 10, and then next one.
I also finished it.
Okay, thank you. Then Adri, have you finished?
Teacher, I'm done reading, Chair.
Okay, thank you. So now let's start. I would ask to know.
Yeah, I am finished.
Okay, thank you. So can you discuss about your page?
Yeah, can I discuss in Burmese language?
Okay, first, and then later on try to speak in English, right? Okay, right now it's okay. Right now, try in Burmese first. Yeah, what does it say?
Different kinds of English.
Mm-hmm.
စာမှုပွဲမှာ grade ကောင်းကောင်းရဖို့ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ရဖို့ဆိုရင်စာမှုပွဲဖြစ်စစ်တဲ့လူကကိုယ့်အဖြေကဘာတွေမျှော်လင့်လဲဆိုတာကိုသိဖို့လိုတယ်
Okay.
စာရေးတဲ့အခါမှာသင်တော်တဲ့အသုံးနှုန်းstyle သုံးဖို့လိုတယ် situation တစ်ခုစီအတွက်မှန်ကန်တဲ့ language level သုံးဖို့လိုတယ်
Okay.
language တွေမှာမတူညီတဲ့ register and level အများကြီးရှိတယ် တကယ်ချင်းတဲ့စကားပြောရင်သုံးတဲ့ register နဲ့အဖွားကိုပြောတဲ့ register နဲ့မတူဘူးဘာဖြစ်လဲဆိုတော့တကယ်ကြီးတွေနဲ့ပြောရင်ပေါ့ပေါ့ပါပါ flexible ဖြစ်အောင်ပြောလို့ရတယ် speaking ဟုတ်ပဲစာရေးတဲ့အခါspeaking ဟုတ်ပဲစာရေးတဲ့အခါဘယ်သူစီကိုရေးရမှာလဲဆိုတာမူတည်တယ်စာရေးတာကစကားပြောရတဲ့ပိုပြီး formal ကြတယ် some of us so informal and informal ကြားရကဒူရာတွေကိုကိုကသိရဆိုတာကိုဖော်ပြရမယ်မိခုနဲ့ situation အရာ
Okay, yes. We have to know who is our audience. Okay, we have to know who is our audience. Our audience means a reader. Okay, so our reader is a grandmother or just only friends, or maybe headmaster or principal of the school, like that. So according to the reader, we have to change the way we write. Okay, the style we write, right? So, writing a letter to your friend and your grandmother would be differences. The usage also differences because, if you write a letter to your friends and you are young people, that's why you are going to use and you need to use the young people usages, right? But maybe when you write to grandmother, you must use different words, different usages from your friends too, right? And then here there are some examples. Young person speaking to a friend. He said, "Hey Zay, all right? You all right? You're going up the city Monday." Okay, that is the way to speak to a friend. And then, but the way to speak to grandmother is a little different. There is another example. "Hello, grandma. How are you? Are you going to the city on Monday?" Like that, right? So the way you speak and the words you use is also different. And then next one is, "Please let me know when you're arriving." That is informal style, but in the written style. And the next one, "I should be grateful if you would inform me of your expected time of arrival." This is formal writing style, right? So you can see that informal writing style and formal writing styles here. And then next one on page number 2, "Could you fill in this form, please?" This is formal language spoken. It used in spoken. And next one is the formal written style. "I should be grateful if you would kindly provide the necessary information on the form attached," right? So the way it write is like a formal writing style, right? So the writing styles are differences and according to the reader. And then here now we are going to learn friendly register, right? Okay, there are 9. Can you discuss about page number 3?
Yes. A friendly register is not informal as a language you should when speaking to a friend, and it is not formal as a language you would use when writing a letter applying for a job. And friendly register is a levels of language which can between informal spoken language and formal written language.
Yes.
And when we write friendly register, be careful not to make your levels of a language too informal. And when speaking to a friend, we don't use the following 3 features with our friend. The first is what ratios or threshold which you learn.
Slang.
And the second slang.
Yeah.
And the second is what shortens to load and phone this.
Phonetic.
And the dash is
Yes, the third one is hello.
oh sorry, it's just my networks.
Yes. Now are you okay now?
Yes, I finished.
Yeah. So how about number 3?
The test we don't use for yours, and we don't use I for instance of I.
Okay,
And
thank you.
so when
Yeah.
writing in
Yeah, okay, keep on.
yes, then I'm good.
Not done yet. You need to say we shouldn't do 2 formal words in friendly register. Okay, so yes, let me add some more. So here is you are going to learn about the friendly register. Friendly registration is between informal spoken language and formal written language style, right? So the things you have to be careful is that you shouldn't use slang words in your friendly registration, in your friendly register writing. And then next one is phonetic symbol. Phonetic symbol means that you cannot write the sentences by showing the phonetic symbol. And then next one is don't write SMS style. SMS style means that, for example, you are going to say, how are you? So, okay, the SMS style is how, and then are, and then small, and then you, like that, right? So you shouldn't write the SMS style. You have to write the full words, how, A-R-E-R, and Y-O-U-U, like that. Okay, so you have to be careful not to write SMS style. And then the last one, here, the page number, from the page number 3 is, you shouldn't use the formal 2 formal style. Okay, there is the example, social interaction can be one of the benefits more sport. This is too formal, and then this written style is a sentence from from a textbook, right? So we have to avoid such kind of writing. Okay, number 4, cancel hey.
When you register, in my understanding, when you register is just like say politely. When you register to be simplified and as much as possible, and then involve expanding and needed to explain or replace bigger words.
Okay, and then?
That is a phrases. It we right hand in friendly register. And there is a side. I didn't do it. Just
okay. Yeah, so page number 4. Page number 4 said that when you write friendly registers, you have to be careful. You have to be careful to use with the simple words and then simplifying language, right? With the simple words, with the simple sentences, you can you can write with a friendly register. And then here, the example. you would see social interaction on page number 3. And here could be expressed in friendly register by a phrase such as, okay, so social interaction to friendly register writing is mixing and getting on with people with a simple explanation. Okay, social interaction is formal word, right? So formal word, instead of writing social interaction, you should write mixing and getting on with people in friendly register, right? And then next one, instead of the phrase benefits of sport. Benefits of sport is formal writing. That's why we shouldn't use that style in friendly register. So you can replace with one of the good things about sport instead of saying benefits of sport. Okay, so the whole phrase could be rewriting in friendly register. The sentence on page 3 said that social interaction can be one of the benefits of sport. Instead of that sentence, in friendly register, you should say, one of the good things about sport is that you get to be with people and learn how to get on with them, like that. Okay, do you see what I mean? You know, the sentence on page 3, social interaction can be one of the benefits of sport is formal written style. That's why you cannot write that style on friendly registration, right? So page number 4 said, one of the good things about sport is that you get to be with people and learn how to get on with them. Okay, so you should write like that style in friendly registration. Is there any questions? Not yet. Okay, so now let's go to Shinkat, page number 5. Shinkat, sorry.
Okay.
Shinkat, yes.
So before we write in the exam, it is really extremely important to read the question several times or analyze it detailedly or carefully. And also, some part of the questions are applied in the other words, and details about the situations are actually given to us. However, the informations are missing by referring or including it in our letters. So many students are aware of this because, you know, exams are like really nerve most of the time for us. And some of the students are actually well prepared for hidden applications and supply a full answer. And for the next part is when we start, where are we writing from? And home, another town, or another country, or what are you writing, or how do you feel at the time of writing? So who are you going to write for? Or a pen friend. So a pen friend actually means that someone who lives in foreign countries. And which type of friendly letter that we should require. And for the next one is format of a friendly letter. So you start with the greetings. So greeting means that, you know, it was like when you start writing it, you know, how's it going? Or it was like, how was your day? Or, you know, I hope you're fine. You start with from the introduction. And paragraph 3 is start with transitions and bodies. And for paragraph 3, bodies, and the ending is 6.
Okay, yes.
And yes, so.
Yeah, thank you. Right, so, you know, when you are going to write a letter, before you write a letter, the most important thing is you have to read the question very carefully. Okay, the question, whether the question is asking you to write formal registration or in very carefully. And then here's a format. Okay, you have to note down and highlight that one. Okay, you need to write down greeting. And then as a paragraph 1, you have to write down introduction, and then transition and the body. Then paragraph 3, the body, and then paragraph 4, conclusion. And then the ending, and then signatures are necessary as well. Okay, so that's it, the format of a friendly register, right? Okay, so now Minta, page number 6.
For many different way of starting to different people and to the friends like starting dears and with the names and to the siblings, and instead of starting say dear homers and starting with dears and their names is the correct one, and to the mothers and fathers, instead of starting with dear mothers and dear father, starting with dear moms and dear dad is the correct way, and to the parents, um, as the starting with dear moms and dad is the correct way, and to the cousins like with dear and their names is the correct way, and to the aunt and to the uncles and starting with dears and auntie and their first names, and to an uncle like dear, starting with dear uncles and the first name is the correct way, and make sure to only use the started dears uh, not using the dears and my dears or my best friends, and also should remember to keep the name short and simple for the different kind of readers to understand it, and all those and uh, letters and the type of letter you will be writing is clearly shown by entering the first line of the each new paragraphs is lined up under the comma. So only should start the new paragraph line up under the commas, and an introduction and for the introduction, and most type of letters start with the introduction, and only used for the friendlies. It is only used for only friendly letters, and also it is different from other kind of letters, and using this kind of letters to a uh, formal letters would be quite wrong, and examinators uh, will read your introductions and will know whether you're able to show or you understand the different register.
Okay, yes, thank you. And yeah, thank you, as Mintan discussed, when you write the greeting, you have to be careful some things like dear, and then your friend's first name, and then mom, and then your cousin, how to say dear to your cousin, your aunt and uncle. Yeah, you have to follow these rules. And then you shouldn't say my dearest and my best friend by using the superlative degree, right? So you shouldn't use superlative degree when you write friendly register. And then next one is introduction. When you write the introduction, your introduction should be a short introduction. Okay, so it shouldn't be a long one. So because if you write long introduction, your reader will get bored and then sleepy to keep on reading yours. your letter like that, right? So your introduction should be a short one. There are 2 remember points on the left of the page 6. Okay, the first remember one is you have to keep the name short and simple. Okay, so you shouldn't use the name which is difficult to pronounce for the English native speaker, right? That's it. The second point to remember is you need to know different registers, and then you have to show yourself how much you can handle these registrations. Okay, that's why you have to write introduction. The introduction will be appropriate register. Appropriate register means the introduction, after reading the introduction, the reader is already know that you are writing friendly register or like a formal register like that. Okay. Yes. And then page number 7, Zuzu.
What is the purpose of the introduction? To write a great and polite letter, we should definitely include the introduction part, whether you are writing to a friend or your boss. A letter without an introduction can be seemed impolite. For example, dear Uncle Umar, I'm writing because I want to become and stay. Sounds pretty straightforward, even if you are so close with your uncle. When you are going to write to a friend, or you should make sure to write the intro, because it says that the connection between the writer and the person you are communicating with, and also prepares for the main idea. There are tons of ways to start an introduction. Apart from grammatical format, other structures could be flexible. Incorporating an apology into your intro would be suitable if you are going to write an informal one. You should adapt the apology sentence by adding the duration using since and for.
Okay. Yeah. So on page number 7 said that, so you should write the introduction. If you know, if without introduction is a little tough mean a little hot for the reader. Okay, instead of saying, for example, hello grandmother, instead of saying hello grandmother, and then you didn't, for example, you want a pocket money from your grandmother, right? So before you start to ask pocket money, you have to say, hello grandmother, I miss you so much, how are you? And then I think you're very good in these days. This is the intro, the intro to ask for the pocket money. Okay, your intention is asking for pocket money. Okay, before as tapped for the reader. That's why you need to write to the introduction. And then another one is also your introduction shouldn't be very formal. Okay, so here you see that, dear Heber, if you want my advice on how to lose weight, stop eating chocolate. This is very formal one. So this sentence said that you're a friend and you are not much familiar. You are not very friendly each other like that. Okay, so you have to avoid the way it's right like that. And then when you write introduction, you need to follow 3 steps. The first one is, okay, make a highlight or underline that sentence, that part. Number 1 is using an apology. Okay, so using an apology, and then second one, the write introduction with apology, and then second one is you don't start with apology, and then third one is you start with your personal references to the introduction. Okay, like that. Yes. Now I want to go to page number 8 as the last one. Andre.
Yes, Chair. In page 8, it mentioned about you can either put your reason or just an ordinary excuse while writing an apologizing sentence in the writing. In apologizing, you can use I'm sorry, I haven't. You can also write with by adding no real excuse by saying I've been meaning to write, but I'm afraid I just haven't got around to it. So this implied that the writer is gonna write to has been, missing letters from the writer. So that's why writing apologizing sentence before anything is suitable. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Is there any question for page number 8? Not yet, right? Okay, so now let us stop on page number 8 right now, right? We will keep on tomorrow from page number 9. So Hantu, then so Linga, Andrew, Ogai, and Pyutiha, you have more time to read your pages, and after that you are going to discuss it tomorrow. Okay. Yes.
Yes, teacher.
So, yep. So you have got a homework. What is a paraphrasing? Okay, so homework for today is paraphrasing. Okay, paraphrasing of good and bad. Right. Is there any question till now? No more, no more. I think, I need to arrange some question for you before we finish the class, and then you have to take a draw. You have to take a draw, and then you have to answer the questions. Right? Is a good idea? Okay, the more you ask, the more you know, the more you're clear. Okay? Yeah, so bye-bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
See you, teacher.
See you, teacher.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Teacher.